30 arrests. And that's just the opening scorecard from Project Compass, a year-long international sting that just body slammed a cybercrime collective called the COM. And that better be just the opening scorecard, because 30 seems a little light if you ask me. Anyways, Europol announced Thursday that investigators from 28 countries identified 179 suspects tied to this charming network. The COM, or short for the community, are human trash. The COM specializes in extorting children, producing child sexual exploitation material, and launching ransomware attacks against British companies like Marks & Spencer, Co-op, Harrods, and breaches all over the world, all carried out by mostly teenagers and young men aged 16 to 25. I know what you're thinking. The people behind some of the biggest cyber attacks in the world, they can't even legally rent a car. I know. So yeah, anyway, the arrest, 30. That's not that big for an opening scorecard, really, because, I mean, that's like 149 other suspects out there just lurking on the same platforms that our kids use every single day. So Project Compass says no country can fight this alone. Looking at their numbers, I'd say, yeah, this is an understatement. Moving on to our next story. Samsung just settled with Texas over allegations that their smart TVs were spying on what we watch because, well, they were. I know, shocking. Yeah, the lawsuit filed by Texas Attorney General and still douchebag Ken Paxton last December claimed that Samsung used automated content recognition technology to take screenshots of your TV to figure out what you're watching and then use that data for targeted advertising. And not just when you're streaming. This thing was capturing images and audio every 500 milliseconds, whether you were streaming cable, watching TV, or using the computer as a monitor. Your TV was taking notes on you twice a second. Yeah, well, Samsung maintains that they didn't violate any regulations, but agreed to make enhancements to strengthen their privacy disclosures. Translation here is, hey, we got caught. Now we'll just make it more clear in the terms of service because, well, who reads those things anyway, right? So as part of the settlement, Samsung must get expressed consent from Texans before collecting viewing data and update their smart TVs with clear, conspicuous disclosure screens. Whatever. So meanwhile, okay, it wasn't just Samsung here, okay? Chinese vendors like Sony, LG, Hisense, and TCL are all still facing lawsuits and haven't made any changes at all. So if you own one of those brands, well, congratulations, your TV is still probably watching you binge watch Bridgerton. All right, our last story of the day. While the United States and Israel were conducting strikes on Iran Saturday morning, someone decided to add a cyber component to the party. BadeSaba, an Iranian religious calendar app with over 5 million downloads, got hacked. And instead of prayer times, users got push notifications reading, "Help has arrived," and urging armed forces to surrender their weapons in exchange for amnesty. 3 messages, 30 minutes, 5 million phones. And by Sunday, the app was sending surrender instructions for rank and file members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard and locations where protesters could safely gather. Whoever did this was not messing around, folks. Multiple Iranian news websites also got hit, including state news agencies, IRNA, and ISNA, all temporarily knocked offline or defaced with anti-regime content. Now, nobody's officially claimed credit, but former NSA hacker Jake Williams told reporters he believes this was likely an Israeli operation because, I'm paraphrasing this here, and again, not he said it, not me. All right? The U.S. usually tries to avoid getting caught, and Israel just simply doesn't care. Cybersecurity experts say that targeting BadeSaba was actually quite strategic because government supporters tend to be more religious, and that's the app's core user base. It's really a smart method to spread digital propaganda. But here's the thing. With Iranian leadership effectively dismantled by Saturday's strikes, the command structure that oversaw Tehran's cyber operations is essentially gone. One expert pretty bluntly. The retaliation decisions are now in the hands of a 19-year-old hacker in a Telegram room with no oversight or direction. So we'll see if Iran's cyber response finally matches the threat level everyone keeps warning us about, or if the bark is still worse than the bite. All right, well, that wraps up today's stories, folks. This is Andy Thompson signing off.